Hello YouTubers and fellow Whovians, and once again welcome to another Doctor Who DVD review. As you can see today, I shall be taking a look at the Mara Tales box set, which contains two 1980s stories starring Peter Davison as the Fifth Doctor, and they are Kinder and Snakedance, with Kinder coming from season 19 and Snakedance coming from the following season, season 20. Now, this box set is really good. I really like this box set. Again, like recent box sets, you've got all these patterns similar to what you see on box sets such as the Mannequin Mania, Revisitations, all those box sets. We've got Tegan at the centre, Tegan from Snakedance, because she plays an important part in both of these stories. Of course, we have Peter Davison, the Fifth Doctor, on the left. We have this guy here, known as Lon. He was played by Martin Clunes, which I believe was his television debut. And we get this snake, which is the Mara. And it just says at the bottom, the Fifth Doctor and Tegan must battle the evil of the Mara in these two classic 1980s adventures. This is a 2-disc box set. I'll just give you a look at the spine. So that's what it looks like, and I think it looks good with the rest of my collection of Doctor Who box sets. So I'll just move this out the way for the time being, and now we shall take a look at the individual DVDs, which are Kinder. Now on this cover we have the Fifth Doctor and Tegan. She's got longer hair, as she did in season 19 than what she did in season 20. We have this guy who's like one of the characters inside the dome, what you see in this story. You get all these like chime things, these crystal chime things, what you see throughout in the jungle areas. We get this eye, which I think is supposed to be Tegan's eye, because I won't spoil much of the story for you, but you see her eye, and what happens is the camera pans in it. It's like you get some sort of other world inside her eye. It's meant to be inside her head. We get this character here, this old lady who's one of the Kinder people, and we've just got all these branches, leaves and everything like that. I really do like the way it's represented on this DVD cover. I really do like the sets of the jungle areas in this story. I know they had difficulties with the jungle sets for the story, but I think it doesn't look too bad. For over 30 years ago, I think they did a pretty good job. Of course, we've also got the Kinder as well, the famous giant snake that features at the end of this story. It's a PG, and it just says Peter Davison years 1982 to 84. It's a nice fresh change. It's all green. And here you've got this, it seems like it's supposed to be, it looks like the dome, but it's not, might not be, but there's like loads of hexagons and things. I really do like the spine. I think it really fits the collection very nicely. The story was written by Christopher Bailey. The Doctor arrives on the paradise planet of Devaloka to find a colonial mission on the verge of collapse, several of its members have vanished into the jungle without a trace, leaving the survivors suspicious and paranoid. The mystery deepens as it becomes clear that the planet's native inhabitants, the Kinder, possess hitherto unsuspected powers that challenge human understanding. Meanwhile, the Doctor's companion, Tegan, becomes possessed by the Mara, a force of pure evil that lives in dreams and preys on fear. Special features include commentary by Peter Davison, Janet Fielding, Matthew Waterhouse, who played Adric, Nerys Hughes, who played Todd, and we have Dreamtime, the making of Kinder, and I must say this is a really good special feature. I really like this documentary. It features Simon Rouse, who played Hindle, Adrian Mills, who played Aris, and I must say Simon Rouse, who played Hindle's a sort of messed up character in this story. I think he did an absolutely excellent job in this story. Fair play to him. He was brilliant supporting act, brilliant supporting cast all around, in my opinion. There's also archive interview with the director of the story, Peter Grimwade, which was filmed in the late 1980s. Of course, along with the writer, Christopher Bailey, script editors, Christopher H. Binmead, Eric Sayward, and Anthony Root. He had 3 script editors. Quite bizarre. Designer Malcolm Thornton also features on this special feature, and that's all one special feature. I think it's a really good documentary, so that's one of the reasons why I'd pick this DVD up. We also get a documentary looking at Peter Grimwade's career, which is called Peter Grimwade Directing with Attitude, which is a look back at the career of Peter Grimwade. And, it shows all the stories, what he's directed. All the stories were Full Circle, Logopolis, this story, Kinder, and Earthshock. I think they're all the stories he directed. Of course, he also written 3 other stories, which were Time Flight, which I hear is absolutely terrible, and also Murdering Undead, part of the Black Guardian trilogy, along with ideas for Planet of Fire, which was completed by Eric Sayward. So that's another good special feature on this. I really do like the special features on this DVD. We have deleted and extended scenes, optional CGI effects sequence, CGI effects comparison featurette, isolated score, and all the rest are usual special features. The coming soon trailer is of the Revisitations 2 box set. The story was originally broadcast on BBC One between the 1st and 9th of February 1982. It's a 4-parter, and it was broadcast twice weekly back then. It was produced by John Nathan Turner, and as you may gather, it was directed by Peter Grimwade. The sleeve text is by Niall Boyce, and the cover is by Clayton Hickman. The runtime for this DVD is... can't find it. 98 minutes approx. They always change where it is for some reason. Now here we have the inside. Got quite a bit of information inside there. And that's the picture in full. And that's the disc. So I think it's a really good DVD release. I think it's worthwhile. I think the story is excellent. I can't really fault it. Watched it recently, and yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. I think it was a really good story. Starts off, you feel what's going on. Very mysterious, but I think that's a good thing. So yeah, out of the two, I probably prefer this one to the other story in the box set. So if you want to pick up this box set, you want to get the box set, then yeah, I highly recommend you get it for this story. The other story is Snakedance. Also a good story, but I prefer Kinder. I think a lot do prefer Kinder, although I know some prefer this story. So they're both good stories, though. Nothing bad about either of them, in my opinion. They're two great stories. On the cover here, we have the Doctor, Tegan, and Lon. Lon, of course, played by Martin Clunes, and he always gets his mick taken out of him in interviews because they always show that bit, that bit in part 4. I don't know what they were thinking in the costume department at that time, but there you go. We also have the snake here, which is, in my opinion, better than the snake featured at the end of Kinder, because that was just like a massive plastic thing. You could tell, but I try to ignore that. I just think about the story itself. We have the crystal, which is in an important part of the story. You also get all these, looks like the hallways and the caves, what you see in the story, as well as this old guy who features and plays a vital part towards the end of the story. It's actually the first person you see in the whole story. So yeah, the spine is a lot simpler than Kinder. It's more darker and got a purpley look to it. It's also written by Christopher Bailey. The TARDIS makes an unplanned landing on Nyssa, where preparations are underway to celebrate the defeat of the Samaran Empire 5 centuries earlier. But the ancient evil in the Mara lives on, and Tegan, who has been haunted by disturbing dreams since her time under the wind chimes on Diva Loca, is now a pawn in its plan to re-enter the physical world and subjugate the Minusan people. Only the Doctor can stop the Mara, but first he must convince the authorities that he is not just a deluded fool who believes in children's fairy tales. Special features include a commentary by Peter Davison, Janet Fielding and Sarah Sutton, who played Nyssa, a snake charmer, the making of Snakedance featuring Fiona Cumming, who was the director, writer Christopher Bailey, script editor Eric Saywood, and designer Jan Spungzinski, who talks about Martin Clunes' dress. Yeah. Again, I think it's a quite good special feature. Not as good as the ones on Kinder, but still good. You have in studio, a glimpse inside a studio during recording of effects sequences for the story. We have deleted scenes from the original ending of Part 4. Saturday Superstore, Peter Davison guests on the Saturday morning children's show. Isolated score, listen to incidental music on separate audio track, and the rest are usual special features. Yet again, it's the same coming soon trailer for Revisitations 2. The story was originally broadcast on BBC One between the 18th and 26th of January 1983, 4 parts long, and again twice weekly like Kinder. All of Peter Davison's stories were like this. Wasn't shown on Saturday. It was during a week. But apparently it was quite successful. So it was a brave move by John Nathan Turner, but by the time Colin Baker went along, it went back to the Saturday evening slot, and they made it 45 minutes long instead of 25 minutes long for each episode. It was produced by John Nathan Turner, as I've just said, and this story was directed by Fiona Cumming. In my opinion, the direction is good. I'm not knocking Fiona Cumming. I think she's a good director as well, but I prefer the direction in Kinder, as I feel Peter Grimwade was a great director, one of the best ever Doctor Who directors, even though he only did like a small handful of stories. The sleeve text is by Sue Crawley, and the cover is by Clayton Hickman once again. The length is 98 minutes. And here we have inside quite a lot of information on this one. Talking about they wanted to make another story with Amara, as Eric Sayward liked Kinder. He thought it was a really good story out of season 19, so they brought them back a year later in this story. I think it's a good return. The Mara really is portrayed by Janet Fielding, who also plays Tegan. I think she does a marvellous job on this story. So, well done to Janet Fielding. I also think that Martin Clune's brilliant. He's a great actor anyway. But I think what he did in this story, really good. And yeah, Peter Davison, awesome. And Sarah Sutton as Nyssa as well. Nyssa plays a bigger part in this, seeing as she wasn't really in Kinder, because they felt there were too many companions and all that malarkey. But anyhow, Snakedance, great story, and overall both stories in this set, the Mara Tales box set, great. Can't really say anything really bad about these two stories. Alright, you have the giant snake at the end of Kinder. It might look a bit dated nowadays, but I still enjoyed Kinder probably as much as I enjoyed Snakedance, but I also enjoyed Snakedance. They're two very enjoyable stories in my opinion. Two good Peter Davison stories. So if you're looking to increase your Peter Davison collection, if you haven't got many Peter Davison stories, then maybe take a look at this box set, as I feel it's a great box set with great special features as well. Learnt quite a bit from this box set about the Peter Davison era, and get to learn things about Peter Grimwade as well, his direction skills and all that type of thing. And yeah, I think both of the stories are good, special features are good, so both DVDs are good. I highly recommend you get this set. Stay tuned for more DVD review, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed making this for all of you. And stay tuned next time.